Hi guys, Pankaj here. So today we are going to talk about record types, okay? And topics like page layout and pick list that we require to understand record types have already been covered in the previous video, so you could refer them. So let's understand record types by reading this definition on your screen word by word. So it says record types allow you to offer users different page layout and pick list values for different business scenarios based on their profiles. Okay, each object has a default master record type, but you can create new ones. So let's understand till the profile. Okay, and then we go move on. So it says allow users to offer different page layouts. Simple, it means that we could offer a different page layouts to a user. Okay, and pick list values, basically values in the pick list for different business scenarios. Now this business scenario, let's take two examples for this. One is on your screen. Okay, so there are two users, sales user and a consultant user. Okay, sales user sells to the customer and consulting user sells to the partner. So whenever a sales user create an account, he is creating for customer. Okay, so he needs fields and pick list values specific to a customer. On the other hand, consultant needs fields and pick list values specific to the business with the partner. Okay, that is the first example. As you can see here on this pick list, no, though it's not clear, but you could understand here on they are the same pick list. Here are the different values and there are the different values. Here are only two values required, that is consulting and education, whereas there are different values. And for based on profile, basically files, as I already explained previously, is a container of accesses. Basically it contains access of the fields, objects, records, etc., and then we assign it to different users. Okay, so that is what it's saying, that for different users we could create different record types. Okay, and each object is a master record type, but you can create new ones. Basically it means that suppose you haven't created any record type for an object, that object will have a default record type that is provided by Salesforce called master record type, and you could also create your own other than the master record type that is available by default. Let's take another scenario on this business scenarios, basically another example what I mean. Let's say your salesman is working for a insurance company which sells insurance. Okay, so now the salesman sells two types of insurance. One is individual insurance, basically to persons, and other is a group insurance, basically the insurance that a company buy for its employees. Okay, now since the user sells two types of insurance, whenever he create account, he need two options, basically record types. In this example, one option is for the personal. Let's say the insurance, let's say the name of the first option or record type is personal, so he needs one option as personal and another option as group. And the personal will have the pick list and fields all specific to the personal insurance. On the other hand, group will have all the fields and pick list values specific to the group insurance. So that is the example of another business scenario. Okay, so hope you are able to understand and catch the points with these examples. Okay, now whenever you are talking about record type, you need to keep 3 P's in mind. 3 P's are page layout, pick list, and process. The process is basically a special pick list, also called as business process. Okay, it's just another pick list that has specific use to the business. Okay, we will talk about this in the next slide. Okay, for now you need to keep these things in mind. With record type, we are basically dealing with three things: page layout, pick list, and process S or business process you call it. Okay, and now sometimes people get confused between record type and page layout. So though page layout is one of the part of a record type, but we will try to make a clear bifurcation between them so that you don't get confused. Record type controls the contents of pick list and process pick list. Okay, whereas page layout controls which field will appear where or which field will not appear at all on the page layout. That is controlled by the page layout. Hope you are clear with these things. We will see that thing in live in the org, but before we move to the org, we will be understanding the concepts. So you are clear with the record types, 3 P's, and the difference between record type and page layout. Now let's move to the business process which we were talking about, this process. Okay, so as you could see on your screen, there is a definition of business process. Okay, let's read it. And keep one thing in mind: this special pick list or a business process is applicable only for these objects that are mentioned on your screen: opportunities, cases, solution, and leads. Only for these 4 objects. Okay, so let's read it. Opportunity, case, solution, and leads each have a special pick list or a business process that lets you track these records through their life cycle. Okay, let's understand these through their life cycle. Okay, before we move to that, keep one thing in mind. For opportunity object, the business process is a sales, and this business process is controlled by a pick list called stage. Similarly, for lead, the business process is lead itself, and this is controlled by a pick list or a special pick list called lead status. So let's understand this life cycle. What I mean by life cycle, what I mean by, on your screen is a opportunity stage pick list with its values. Okay, now let's pick some values to understand this business process. Okay, basically this business life cycle. Okay, so let's talk about this proposal, negotiation, close won, and close loss. Let's pick four. Let's pick last four. Okay, so since when you are selling a product to a customer or an opportunity, okay, which is an opportunity right now, you will propose or propose the price for that. Okay, now after that you will have a negotiation between yourself and the client, and after that you will either both agree on the price and the deal will be closed won, or either you will not agree and the deal will be closed lost. So this is basically defining the selling process, selling business process. Okay, and these other values are the different stages of that selling processes. Okay, now if we go to the lead status, you could understand these values are self-explanatory. First is open, not contacted. Basically lead is still open and you haven't contacted the lead, and you are working and contacted to the lead. Okay, now the lead is already either closed converted or closed not converted. These things are self-explanatory, and also you could add new values to this. By basically it's a pick list, so you could always add new values. Now what business process control in a record type? Basically it controls what are the values that should be available for that record type of these fields. Okay, suppose you are creating two record types. For two record types you could have different number of values for that record type. Okay, what I mean here is, suppose for record type 1 you want, or you don't want this, you want only last 4, so you will add last 4. And for say record type 2 you want say ID, decision maker, perception analysis, and the last 4. So for different record types, different values of this spatial pick list or business pick list will be available in a record type. So let's move back and see if anything is left. So hope we have covered like everything here. So let's read the last line. You can create new version to use in record types to reflect different business scenario. It is saying the same thing. If you have different record types, you could have different values for these business processes or spatial pick list. Okay, now for other objects you could explore on your own. Okay, so for example, for case the business process is support, you could check on your own self what is the pick list that support this business process. For lead is lead, which we already covered. Opportunity we covered. Solution for solution the business process is solution, and pick list you could check on your own. Or we are clear with the theory part for on both the scenario, record types, 3Ps, difference between page layout and record type, business scenarios, business process, and the stage and the business pick list, spatial pick list I mean. So let's move to our org and see how this actually look in the org. So let's move to our org. So guys, in this org we will be talking about page layout. Okay, so whenever you click new, since you haven't created any record type for the account object, you will not get any option to select from, basically record type. So it's a master record type if you don't have any record type. So let's see how we create a record type. We go to the object manager and account, and then we go to this record type. Since there is no record type, we just create a new one. Okay, because these are the options to clone from the, since there is no record type currently, so only master is coming. Okay, so let's say we name this record type as, let's talk about in the scenario of insurance that I told you. Let's say it's a personal insurance, name it personal. Okay, and say personal. Okay, and after that personal, you click active, yeah, and then you select the profiles for which this should be available or visible. Okay, so let's say we want to make it visible for system admin. Let's take two profile in this scenario. Okay, let's say we are taking system admin, okay, as one of the record type, and say other is say standard user. Okay, standard platform user is one, platform user, which one is, yeah, this is standard platform. So to these profiles we are making it available. Okay, and we create next. Okay, now after this you will be getting the option to select page layout for different profiles. Now there is one question that might be arising in your mind. Since we have selected only two profiles, the system admin and the standard platform, why are the other profiles are coming? Now you could either select the page layout for different these profiles or not, or you just select the page layout only for those profiles which you assign. Okay, now what is the use of this? Basically, suppose let's say at a later stage you want to assign that record type to certain profile to which you have not assigned it, say analytics cloud integration user, that you could do. And in that case, this page layout will come as a default, though you could change this page layout for that profile. Basically, in this example, analytics cloud integration user, we will see how we could assign a page layout record type to a profile which we didn't assign when we were creating a record type. That we will see after this. Okay, so let's say we want to select say account layout page layout. Okay, let's say we say YouTube page layout. Okay, let's not for everyone, only let's make it this one, apply different one. Okay, wait a sec, let's change this to account layout and make the page layout available for say our system admin as YouTube page layout. Okay, and for platform, let remain it be the account layout. Okay, just save it. After that, we just save it. We have our one record type is created. Okay, you will not see much a difference on a screen since only one record type is created. If we go to account, you will not see much of the difference here. You will not see those options. Okay, if we go and create a new, only the page layout will come. Okay, which is the YouTube page layout we selected. As you can see, we created this section in the previous video on this page layout. Okay, so let's create another record type. Let's say new. Okay, let's say we want to clone it from the personal one. Let's say name it group insurance. Okay, group, and make it active and select the same profiles. In this case, let's make it available only for the system admin. Show you a scenario where we could see record type is visible on for those profiles for which we have not selected. In this scenario, we will be taking two examples of standard platform user and system user. So I will assign this standard platform user to a certain user and then log in that as that user, and we could see whether it's visible for standard user or not. Okay, basically this one that we created group. So just select next, and for this let's say we want to make this one available. Okay, let's say for the system admin, in this case, let's say we want say account layout. Okay, and the previous record type, I've forgotten to show you one thing. Let it remain be YouTube page layout. Okay, just save it. Yeah, I forgot one thing to show you, how to control the values of the pick list. Okay, for this profile, business process doesn't exist. Like for this object, business process doesn't exist, so there's no need for that we will look into when we go for the opportunity or a lead. Okay, we could change the value of pick list. Okay, now for the account source, let's say we want for this record type, which is personal, we don't want phone inquiry or the other one, we only want this one, so we save it. That's how we control the values of the account source. And let's say edit industry as well. For industry, we don't want, let's select all and remove it and select only the one we want. Okay, let's remove it and say we want consulting, education, energy, environment, only these value we want. Okay, we just save it. Okay, so we have set the value. Okay, and we go to record types. Okay, let's set it for personal as well, since for personal we haven't made the change into the, let's say we just change this one for this. Okay, let the other remain. Let's say we want only web for this one, let's say two web and purchase list. Okay, just save it. So we have created two record types. Okay, so the personal we made available for two profiles, system admin and standard platform user. Okay, and group we made only available for admin. Now let's create another group record type, and in this case make it available standard platform user. Okay, let's say we want to create new record type. Let's create a new record type and name it, say, the medical insurance. Okay, medical. Okay, and we have medical, make it active and assign it to the standard platform user only. Okay, then we click next, and let's say we select the page layout, let it remain be account layout now. Okay, for the standard user, let's it be, okay, why is marketing coming for everyone? Let's select single one, let's say account layout, and then change it For standard platform user, where is that standard platform user? Okay, here. Let's say we want it to be as well as YouTube page. Okay, save it. Once we save it, let's change its which one industry. Let's say change the values in the industry. Let's remove and add few. Let's say banking, chemicals, communication, consulting. Okay, let's remove the banking. Let's remain this three values and save it. Okay, so we have three record types right now. Okay, let's see how many record types are visible when we log in since we are already a admin. So let's see how many are available. Okay, then we will log in with another user and we'll show you how it's not available for others. Okay, or we don't need to maybe, but let's see. As you can see, I assigned only personal and group to the admin. So personal and group is available, not the medical. Medical is available for the standard platform user. Okay, so let's say we create personal and let's see the values which are available. Okay, does this page layout have that account source? I think this page layout doesn't have, but it have account source. As you can see, only web and purchase lists are coming. Okay, and after that web and purchase list, you can see that where was that industry one. I guess we haven't added industry in this page layout. That's why industry, yeah, here it's industry. It's everyone because we haven't changed industry for this one. Let's say another one. This one is personal. Let's check group. Okay, group, we click next. Okay, and for group industry we change value. Let's see, it's a limited value. Yeah, it's have only those values that we selected. Okay, and then account source, yeah, we also remove few. Yeah, that is also, since you could see personal and group I assigned to system admin. Okay, let's see, here we have two profiles. Okay, so group personal and group I assigned to system admin, it's visible, but I created another record type which, so I solely assigned to the standard platform user, but that is not available here because that is available to standard platform user, and so I don't need to create another user with that profile. Now let's understand record types for objects for which we also need a business process. For example, opportunity. Let's take the example of opportunity. Okay, so how it looks, let's go back and go to the our opportunity. Okay, yeah, go to the opportunity and then go to record. So we are here on the record type page of the account. So let's create a new record type. Okay, now for this we need business process. Okay, so we can't create until unless we create a new business process. Either you click here, you will land on the business sales process. Okay, or either you just go to the home and search sales process. Okay, let me show you. Loading, it will load at the time comes. Okay, sales process. After that you click on this and you just click on new, or either you go from that option. Okay, just since a master, okay, let's say we name it task process. Okay, since we are creating it one. Okay, and after that we just save it. Okay, once we save it, we will have the option of the values that we want. Let's say we want only the last four, as we discussed and when I was explaining the concept. So we take only the last four. Okay, we don't other one, just save it. So one business process create. Now go back to the object manager, go back to the opportunity and go back to the record type. Okay, opportunity and then record types, and now let's create a new page layout. Okay, loading, let's name it personal. Okay, since we were creating those one for, name it personal here, and the sales process, let's say with the taste sales process. Now make it available for say only system admin. Now as you can see here is this make default. I will tell you what does it mean when we go to the opportunity and check here. Okay, for now just it's make it a default as well and then click next. Okay, all done, and now let's select the page layout and we use opportunity and apply one for all. Okay, just save it. Now if you want to change the basically this field pick list, you could do that. Let's say change one, since I'm explaining. Let's say we don't existing downgrade, remove it and save it. Okay, now let's create another record type as well. Okay, let's create a new record type. Let's say this one is group. Okay, and let's select the same test process, make it active, select for admin. Now since we already selected a default previously, we could either go with that one or make this default. Let's go with the personal as a default and select next. Okay, and then we have opportunity layout, page layout. Let's apply one for all, save it. Okay, we don't want to change the pick list value here, so let them remain as it is. Now let's see how it looks. Go here, refresh it, and once it load, go to the new button basically. New to record types. Now what I mean by default, as you can see, the personal is selected by default. That is what it means when it says select the default. Okay, by the default it means it's the default one is selected automatically. Okay, when you click the new button. I think other things no need to explain it further. I guess that's for all this. Okay, yeah, one thing that I want to show you before I end this video is suppose when we go to the accounts, we created two record types in the account. Okay, basically three record types, not two: personal, group, and medical. But medical I assigned only to the standard platform user profile. Now suppose you want that to be assigned to admin as well. How you do it? For that, you just go to your object manager, select type profiles here. Okay, type profiles, and then you go to that profile that you want. Say it was system admin, which is S. Okay, so system admin profile, go on that, just click here. Okay, and then after clicking, just scroll down and you will encounter record types here. Okay, yeah, this record type. Now here you could see this account and these are the pick list. Just click edit. Okay, and suppose we want medical to be available for it, we could select it. Okay, since for medical we already selected a page layout, but we could change that page layout as well. That I'm going to show you next. First let's save it. It's done. Now go back to your account and see the magic. Just let it load. Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, let it load. As you can see, it's all the three are available, and also you could select the default one from here as well, like here from the profiles. Okay, let me go down again to record type one. Yeah, edit, and you could select the default. Let's say we want medical to be default, select medical and save it. After saving it, you will see the medical would be selected by default here if we refresh it. Okay, hope it's visible. It's not. Yeah, it's medical on the top and it's selected by default. Okay, so it's working fine, so no issue on that. So that's now it's done. So we know we assigned a page layout to this medical and we want to change it. I don't know previously which one I assigned, so let's see how we could change it. Just go to your object manager, go to the accounts. Okay, after going to the account, go to the not the page layout. Yeah, either you could go here or from record type you go there. Here you can see both have the page layout assignment. Go click on this page layout assignment. Okay, and you will see here this is a profile, this is a record type, and these are the page layout assigned to a profile with respect to a record type. Since we are talking about medical and that for system, say we want to change the page layout for this one. Okay, so we go edit assignment. Okay, we are talking about medical record type for the system admin. So this is medical and this is system admin. Since this is a page layout, we want to change it. So let's say we want something else from the account page layout. Instead we want, say, account support, so that will be selected here. Yeah, that is done, and we just save it. So that's how you change the page layout as well. I think we are done for all the concept for this video. Let's see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.